Hello, it's Sarah, and I have something new today. I've been getting my Etsy store situated and, figuring all that out, and was searching around and looking at some of the things that people have in Etsy, which is a lot of stuff. But I came across a woman. Her stuff is the most amazing little creations ever. So her name is Eva Thyssen, Thissen, and she has a shop on Etsy, and she makes these little charms that are the most beautiful little things ever. And her technique, it's with polymer clay, and her technique is called applique technique. So of course I had to get on YouTube and see if there are any tutorials out there about this, and the only thing I could find was by Renee. Now, Renee is Piper Pixie Designs on Etsy as well. She has a shop, but thankfully she was great enough to do a tutorial, and so I played around and made some stuff. So I don't think I'll be selling this on Etsy, but I'm trying to work with the clay and figure out a way. I'm probably going to try and do a few light switch covers and possibly maybe cover some boxes and things like that, because there's quite a few charms and things on Etsy already. And I just really, honestly, if I were going to get it, I would put the 50 bucks out and get the real deal. This Eva Thyssen is from Germany, and her pieces are just incredible. So anyway, just playing, but I wanted to show you what I did. This one, this was my very first piece, and I didn't know where my bezels were at the time, so I kind of just was playing with my clay and made some dome shapes. And this one was all black clay, and I used the mica powders to color the leaves and the flowers, so that's a little dark. And there were crystals sitting right in front of me. I came down after the Super Bowl and just winged it. But that was my very first. Then this was my second, so I grabbed a little pink clay and some green and just played with making petals and also the leaves, like doing the elongated ones. So that turned out pretty good. This is my first try at that. These were actually really small pieces of clay, so I think I went a little bigger. Then I found my I had some bezels. I found them, and so I played with them. But I also did this piece, which I really love. I'm gonna put a little heart on the back of that and make that into a pendant. But this one is a little bit bigger. It's almost twice the size of doing a bezel, and I think it's just easier to work with for me. Like when it's so small, it's hard to kind of get a design and have everything fit the way you want it to. Like if you start making your pieces of clay too big, then it's going to take up the piece a lot quicker. So this was a cookie cutter shape that I just domed up. I have this circle one, and I'm going to try this leaf shape too. I'm going to do that. I'm going to play with those tomorrow because I'm out of bezels. But I also have to get I burned these. You can see there's a dark line kind of across the blue. And I love this piece too. This was like daisies, and I really love that, but I kind of burned it. And this one got burned too. You can see it on the blue there. Because and then I went and put this one in. As they were coming out, I put this one in. So this one, of course, got burned. You can see that right on the white. But then I realized that it was burnt, so I started covering everything, so nothing else got burned. This one is another bezel that I did. I think this one is kind of cool, but I don't know how the colors are working out. Like this is a dark green background, and I mean, I think everything's showing up pretty well, actually. These colors didn't go too bad, but that's always the problem I have, figuring out the colors. This is kind of looks like I don't know, like a lavender, piece of lilac or something. I don't know what the flowers are, like chrysanthemums. Most of them look like chrysanthemums. Like this looks like, then I squished this one. I didn't even realize it till after it was baked. Kind of squished, but I'm playing. I like this technique, like making the squiggles and kind of putting buds down the squiggle. So I like that. I'll play with that again. Like then once I get all these ideas out, I'll kind of go with my favorites. This is like one of my favorites. I redid the daisies and it didn't get burned, but it's a little bit smaller, so I didn't fit as many. But it didn't get burned. I also used like these little tiny seed beads, and these are gold, obviously, but they looks like it bakes off, and now they're silver. So I did that one. That turned out pretty good. I hope this is in focus, and this is my favorite. These two are my favorite. I think I like the multicolors and stuff like that. I think that attracts me. So this one is just like a bunch of colors, and I filled the entire bezel too. I mean the entire dome with color and stuff. So I think that's kind of what I like best. You know, it's the design is important, and it's hard for me. Like that's why I'm a copycat. So I've taken some pictures of the pieces on Etsy and stuff. I really wanted to make a bird like sitting on one of these branches, and I could not make a bird that small. I just couldn't do it. It didn't look like a bird. So that's why I was thinking of going a little bit bigger. And that way, you know, I don't know if you can still do the technique because you actually use a toothpick. And this one has, well, I don't have a toothpick handy. Yes, I do. The toothpick is what makes these little indents. So you just take your toothpick and stick it in, and so I'll have to find a bigger tool, maybe like a skewer stick, you know, like to do kebabs or something would work better with a bigger piece. But I don't know, I was just playing, having fun. Oh, I did glaze these, by the way, and I just used this fantastic glazing glue. I actually got this at a vendor at Beadfest. It's by craftfantastic.com. So I think that's where I got these bezels too. So, I mean, it was a couple years ago at a bead show. But I just wanted to share those. I'm still playing. I kind of want to get back into the paper crafting. There's a couple swaps going on at Art and Sassy that I'm thinking about joining, but I'm still figuring out new stuff. I have a couple resin pieces in the works, and you know, little stuff here and there I'm playing with and figuring out. So I'm like learning new things at the moment. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching.